shoes, and she's got the cure for your RV blues. Hey there, have you heard the news? Gigi saves the day. That contract there is just no match. She'll even spot the smallest catch. You'll breeze right through the roughest patch, 'cause Gigi saves the day.
Hey everybody, it is a brand new show called Gigi Saves the Day, and you may just have heard an airplane fly over us. That's okay, it's live television, as they say.
Exactly.
Gigi, how are you?
It's every 10 minutes, by the way.
Yes, I know.
I am Brandon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited. Our new venture.
Yes.
And here we are again with another floor situation.
Another floor situation, so let's get right at it as Gigi saves the day on this one. What do we got?
Well, I'm still working on saving the day, but at least it's we're getting closer.
All right, so we saved the week, we'll work up to day.
Yeah. So this particular job, customer came in, and you know, I've said this a million times, don't wait for the whole floor to be, start to be squishy. If you go a little bit further back, Tom, you'll start sinking right around here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, a big guy like me, I don't think I want to test it too much. But yes, it gives. That's for sure.
So something really important. So these lightweight models, which are designed, to be able to be towed with a lesser, smaller tow vehicle. So in order for a camper this size, which is about 25 or 26 feet, to be in a very light range, they have to take some stuff out of the integrity. So these floors are made of styrofoam. And when you're buying a new camper, you're checking out an old camper or a new camper or whatever, you're in the market, a couple of things to check. If you walk and you kind of move your feet like this across the floor, you want to feel a solid beam. And some of these trailers, which is amazing, are like, if it was a house, they would be, 12 on center or 6 on center. You'd have a beam, 8 on center. Sometimes if you go, like you'll feel a beam here, nothing, all the way to like here. So there's nothing in between but styrofoam. So when you have a little leak or water overflow or something, and that span gets bad, so that's what's happening over here. So right about here where it's completely soft, well, there's a beam here, and you can kind of tell that the problem goes all the way here where there's no beam, straight across, and then somewhere about here is where another beam is. So it's about a span about like that, which is
about 2 feet.
It's too far.
Yeah.
So then when you do have a problem, because they're a one-piece floor, then you have a real problem. But let's figure out, my first job is to find out where the water came from. And I thought it was a plumbing leak, because normally they thought it was the slide. And if it was the slide room, water would be in the corner. You'd see staining in the carpet in the corner. The floor, all of this is solid on both sides. So it's not coming from there. It's not coming from what I could see down the roof, because there's no staining. You have to look for staining. So as I keep coming, it goes all the way to the other end. So could it be the window? I went outside, which we're going to go out in a minute, all around the windows. The walls appear solid. So after looking at the inside, let's go outside and we'll see what's
take a peek, folks. All right, so let's take a look at the other side and see what's going on, Gigi.
So, trying to narrow down the sources. I'm looking at the side. So it's caulked, but it's not a very good job. But like I said, there's no apparent water coming in from the slide. So, and when you do caulk it, like they didn't do the top part, but that does not appear to be coming from there. Does not appear to be coming from here. This part looks okay. Now they did caulk it after they saw water. They caulked here. So I went inside here. So this is gone. So the compartment is gone, and this is under the bed. So now you can look and you see a stain. So did the compartment door leak? So looking at the outside of the door, if the compartment door itself leaked, it would be wet, it would be soft right here, and it would come and it would be staining here. So I asked the customer if she stores the unit, does she put it in storage? And she said, yeah, she leaves it in storage, and she used it a couple of months ago. It was in storage for three months or so, and she got to the storage, picked it up, whatever, brought it home to go camping in it, and that's when she felt the floor. So I asked her, when she got to the storage compartment, was this door open or was it closed? And she said, oh, well, that's interesting. She said, it was open, and some of my stuff I thought was missing, like missing some hoses and stuff, but she didn't think anything of it. So I said, well, it was probably open like that, and it rained, and the rain poured inside.
Rain sideways sometimes.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So she says, well, that's possible. Like, it's been like open maybe for a few months. She doesn't know how long it was open.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that said, she called her insurance, and it's a covered loss.
All right.
Accidents are covered. She accidentally left the door open. So, but sometimes they argue with me. She's arguing with me. She's like, I don't think I left the door open. Somebody might have broke in. I'm not sure, but I would never do that. And it's okay if you make a mistake and you cause an accident, because accidents are covered. Negligence is not.
So this is, would you say that this is sort of a fine line between accident and negligent?
No. Well,
No?
I mean, if she left the door like that and said, "Oh, I'm going to see how much rain is going to go inside," and then leave,
Then it's negligence.
That's negligence.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, right.
If she goes like this and
Thinks
shuts
it's-
it and it doesn't slam and it doesn't close, and or it pops back open, or she forgets to lock it and someone
Yeah.
goes inside,
Then it's an accident.
and then they do that and it goes like that.
Right.
Then that's
Yeah.
a different.
Well, there you
that's
go.
a different story. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, hopefully, the loss is covered. She has the proper insurance. So whether they, accept the claim or not, which we wrote the estimate. So hopefully, she gets it. We get it approved for her, because this is a very, very expensive job. The whole bed, everything has to come out because it's under the bed. Yeah. So
Wow. It's a big deal.
Yeah, but at least the floor, when we redo it, it'll be built back better and stronger than the original floor. So
Right.
anyway, so let's move on to the next.
All right, number 2, folks. Here we go.
All right.
We're back on Gigi Saves the Day, along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and the next thing is a Tioga Ranger, and let's see if we can figure out what the heck we can do here, Gigi.
Okay, so this
Tall
one.
order this time.
Yes, there's so many different situations with this coach. I feel so bad for these people. So a couple of things happened. One, they had a blowout, a terrible blowout, and it literally, the back tire shredded, came up the floor, broke the floor.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Wow.
did some major damage.
Yeah.
So they ended up getting towed into Camping World, who did the floor.
Right.
And they billed the insurance for a new floor, new vinyl, and all that. So then when they got that repaired, they had, I guess they used it a couple times, and then they put it in storage. And apparently somebody pulling in next to them got a little too close and hit them.
Oh.
So they kind of banged up the front.
Oh yeah.
So this customer has Progressive. The customer who hit her RV has Progressive. So it went through their claim. So when the Progressive guy came, and he went up on the roof, and he agreed to pay for the front end damage, and then when they went up on the roof, her roof vents were all cracked. And she's like, well, they weren't cracked before, so, but they were dry rotted, they were a little whatever. So she didn't have me to fight for her at that time. And there was no apparent water inside at the time, so it was anyway, so that situation was over. So they paid her for the body work, and so she came in. She brought it in today for us to do the actual repair. But before that, actually, she had taken it to another place, Fort Lauderdale RV, and she paid them to replace the roof vents, do a complete seal, and I don't know, a few other little things. So she brought it here today because the whole front cab is full of water.
Oh man. Yeah.
You know, so we'll go
Yes,
inside
take a look.
and so I had already had that removed and we put it back up, but all on the other side of that bed and that wall, it's all full of water. And the coach was in storage and it was kind of sitting like unlevel like this.
Yeah.
So when I got up on the roof, two things I noticed. One, the last place that she had it, and apparently Camping World replaced the back wall and supposedly did this floor. So when whoever put the rear camera back on never put a gasket. So the camera, literally, there's just a hole, and we'll go film that in a minute. But there's just a hole. Then I was looking on this side. I was like, oh, you have a dent up there. So this motorhome is very well made, and it has a tubular. It's aluminum cage, but it's all fiberglass, and then it has two aluminum bands, and one goes like this. It's got a big dent in it, like they hit a tree or something. Something fell on it. So, and the rubber's a little bit torn. So that's a whole other new issue that they didn't even know they had. So long story short, there's like, look at my floor. They put in a new floor. How can it look like this?
Yeah.
So Camping World billed the insurance company thousands and thousands of dollars to put in a new floor. And they put in a supposedly one-piece vinyl floor. And I never, well, first off, it's impossible to put in a one-piece floor because the way they build these RVs is they have a chassis and a flat floor. They lay a piece of linoleum, then they put all the walls and cabinets on top. So you can't possibly do a one-piece unless you cut around the cabinets.
Right.
You're not lifting the cabinets up. So anyway, when I'm looking at this floor, I said, there's some type of moisture or mold coming up through the floor. So I pulled this corner. Lo and behold, the old floor is still there. They never took the floor.
Oh,
they just laid this
on top.
On top. Yep, good old Camping World. They just laid this piece of vinyl on top. So now the wetness, water, moisture, mold,
what was
whatever
there is still there.
Yeah, but it came up through the new
floor.
Through the new floor.
Yeah.
And they got paid thousands of dollars. It's just beyond me, the type of work they do and get away with it. And then I pulled up over here in this corner, and you can see, as I said, you can't do a one-piece floor. You can see that they just stuffed it underneath the cabinets.
Right.
They just stuffed it. If you get that corner, maybe you can see that they cut it and they just threw it under there. It's unreal.
Yeah, that was not what you'd call top-notch work.
No. So, anyway, so now, and we'll go outside and we'll look at the dent that they didn't even know they had. You can see it from here. Do you see how it goes like that?
Oh,
Whoop.
yeah. Oh, man.
Can you see it?
Yep. Wow.
Yeah. They didn't notice it. I noticed it in like the first 10 seconds. They didn't notice it. And but that's probably freshly done, or that could have happened when that guy hit it. There's no way of knowing.
Yeah.
There's no way of knowing, but I know that the adjuster that came out and wrote the estimate for the front cab, he's pretty good and he's very thorough. So I think that happened after that.
Oh, okay.
And then the guy starts thinking. He goes, I do remember going under some oak trees, and maybe I, brushed up against something. So
right. That might have done it.
That might, but that's another covered loss, and because the thing is that if they don't fix that, the rubber is scraped and worn along the edges of that dent.
Yeah.
So eventually that rubber is just going to shrink up and disintegrate, and then it'll be worthless. So that's a covered claim. But take a look at this camera over here.
Oh yeah, this is the camera that ran into a major issue.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can really see it. I saw it from the roof, but where that hole is, there should be a gasket there, and there's nothing covering that.
Yeah.
So rain's just kind of coming in there, and most likely, the way it was tipped, leaning like that, the water just went straight to the other end, pouring in the camera.
Yeah. So you can see, these are the kinds of things that need to be tackled on a real regular basis, and that's why we're here, and that's why this new show, Gigi Saves the Day, kind of was created to really show, identify the issue and take care of the issue, because it's all about solutions.
Yes.
We talk about it's never a problem. It's just
it's
a solution waiting to happen, right?
Exactly.
All right.
And the thing is that not to put blame on other dealerships and stuff like that, because that's not but if you have a claim and you have a situation, being a member of RVACA or having your vehicle certified, you get that phone call, you get that once over, that something, some advice. If you are going to make an insurance claim, let me look at the claim. Make sure that they covered everything. If it gets denied, let's have a look at it. That's what we do. So, I can have a team of those kind of people that know exactly what to look for, throughout the country, because you wouldn't know. These people, they spent $10,000 or $11,000 to that dealer to seal it, and I mean, we looked at the caulking on that one, but I mean, if you look at this caulking, if you can catch the windows there, and if you can see any of that, and see that, and then look at that, if you catch that, you'll see they missed half of everything. If you see, there's gaps everywhere. So I mean, it's a good effort to do the maintenance and make sure you do it, but then you got to check the job, because caulking doesn't always stick. So I'm not going to say that they did a bad job. The caulking could have, didn't stick or whatever, but it's your responsibility to check it to make sure that it's stuck and everything is covered, or take it back. Everybody should warranty their work, but this is the worst caulking job I've ever seen. I have to strip it all off and do it all over again.
All over.
And they paid this dealer, I don't know, $10,000 or $11,000 for this job.
Yeah.
So
no, that's not right.
Yeah.
But hey, folks, listen. We're here for this, and Gigi is the point person, obviously. Gigi Saves the Day, episode 1. Remind you, also, a reminder, rvaca.org. rvaca.org. If you haven't registered your unit yet, please do it. Just go to rvaca.org.
we're going to start doing stickers, because, something I think I talked about, the RVIA sticker. Did I ever show it? I don't remember. Did I ever show these stickers?
I don't know.
I think we talked about it at a show, but I don't think we ever showed it. So I made a point of the RVIA sticker. They made $14 million, I think, on selling these stickers, okay, that the dealers, the manufacturers have to put on these vehicles to say that they've been certified. And it's such a joke, because who certified them? When they leave the factory, or while they're at the factory, no plumbing is hooked up, no water's hooked up, no electric's hooked up. So how are they certified? So you pay, they charge $35 for this. So they made $14 million in selling these stickers.
Yeah.
For what? I don't know. So we're going to start selling our RV ACA stickers that cost $50 a year. But what you do get is our sticker will go right here. You'll know that you're an RV Advisor Consumer Association member. So when there's an issue, we have money in the till to go fight. And the more members and the more vehicles that are certified, the more they'll have to listen to us. If I have to march to Washington to say, hey, we need to fight for the Right to Repair Act because this dealer's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, that's what we're going to do. And that's what RVACA is here for.
Terrific. Well, there you go, folks. Episode 1 of the brand new show, Gigi Saves the Day. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. We'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody.
Did you enjoy this video? Be sure to like, comment, and share, and hit the bell icon. Remember, ding, ding, so that you're notified when new videos are uploaded. As always, don't forget to subscribe.